Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you something a little crazy. A mini tattoo machine made at home. Using just a pen and a few super cheap materials. You might not know this, but I've actually made something similar before. It was pretty simple, but also kind of bulky. The needle wasn't very accurate, and you couldn't easily replace the needle or even the battery once it stopped working. Not exactly ideal, right? But don't worry. Today I figured out a new and improved way to build it, fixing all the flaws of the old version. So yeah, let's stop talking and get our hands dirty. We're going to use a double-ended permanent marker like this. Take it apart piece by piece. This pen tip is actually very important. It helps keep the tattoo needle's movement accurate and stable. This will be our main character today. A mechanical pencil, or what some people call a lead pencil. Inside it has a really clever mechanism, and it turns out to be perfect for making a tattoo machine. Now remove all the unnecessary parts. We're only keeping the inner core of the pen. Everything else is just extra weight. This is the structure of the pen's inner core. It has a clamping mechanism like this, simple but surprisingly clever. Next, take the third pen and remove the ink completely. We only need the pen body, and the shell is all that matters now. After measuring everything carefully, I'll cut off the excess part of this pen body. Measure twice, cut once, because mistakes here are permanent. Don't throw away the pencil body from earlier just yet. It's about to make a comeback. Now let's move on to this part. Go ahead and take it out. And then cut it into two pieces. Bend it into an L shape, then attach it like this. Add a drop of super glue to make sure it stays rock solid. Use a button like this, and drill the hole a bit wider. Nothing fancy, just enough to make it happy. I'll use a small motor, about 10 millimeter in size, and attach it to the button. Tiny motor, big dreams. Secure it in place with a bit of super glue. Separate the pen cap, then cut off the excess at the top. Be gentle, and don't do it like I did. Now I'll drill a small hole here so we can install a tiny switch right in this spot. Place your motor into the pen cap. Now I'll secure this pen cap in a mini vise. Next, grab a small 3-pin switch like this, or you can customize it with a round push-button switch instead. Honestly, that one looks way cleaner and more professional. I'll solder the motor's blue wire to the middle pin of the switch. Then solder another wire onto the remaining pin. Careful here, we want clean solder joints, not modern art. If your hand is free right now, please hit that subscribe button. Finally, secure the switch firmly into the pen cap. Make sure it's tight. We don't want it moving around once things start buzzing. I'll use heat shrink tubing to wrap around the pen body. You can totally skip this step if you don't have any. It's purely for looks. It just makes the tattoo machine cleaner and more professional, nothing magical. Take the mechanical pencil core and measure it against the marker pen body. Then trim the pencil core to the correct length. Here's my paperclip. It's been hiding in the drawer for ages. Now it's finally time for its moment to shine, haha. Heat up your paperclip and pierce through the pen core like this. Yes, this is where things start getting a little dangerous, but also kinda awesome. Take the second paperclip and straighten it out like this. Wrap one end around the other paperclip. Watch closely. And boom. This is exactly the piece we need. Now I'll insert the paperclip we made earlier into the tip of the pen core like this. Cut off the excess wire. If you did it right, this is what you'll get. The mechanism works just like a tiny cylinder. Add a tiny drop of super glue to lock the pin in place. Just a little, we're building a tattoo machine, not gluing the universe together. Now go find your mom and ask her the most important question of all. Where are the sewing needles? Quickly grab that needle and slide it into the pen core just like I'm doing here. Thanks to the mechanical pencil's internal mechanism, we can easily adjust the tattoo needle length without permanently gluing it in place. It's solid, stable, and surprisingly professional. Now we slide the mechanical pencil core into the pen body. Next, measure the needle's travel. If you've made it this far, don't be shy. Hit that subscribe button for me, alright? I promise it won't hurt, unlike tattoos. Bend it 90 degrees. Cut off the excess. And connect it to the button. Next, I'll make a small holder to keep the battery in place. This way, you can easily swap in a new battery after some use. No stress, no drama, just quick upgrades. Lock it all in place with a bit of super glue, because once it's stuck, there's no turning back, just like my life choices. Here I need a small battery, the kind you usually find in TV or air conditioner remotes. It's tiny, about the size of my pinky finger. I've already cut 2 small round pieces of tape, and now I'll just stick them onto the wire ends and the battery terminals. There's no polarity to worry about here. You can connect either end of the battery and it'll still work. We're almost done. Just one last step. Use a small piece of heat shrink tubing to keep the wires neat and tidy. Because even a DIY tattoo machine deserves to look professional. And we're done. Now flip the switch and let's see if this thing actually works. Wow, that's awesome! It runs super smoothly and the needle movement is spot on. Finally, I'll grab a bit of ink from a ballpoint pen and do a small test tattoo. But hey, tattooing can be risky, so make sure your needle is properly sterilized and your workspace is clean. And most importantly, think very carefully before putting a tattoo on your skin. Trust me, tattoos are way harder to erase than this video.